following are deceased classmates from Richmond High School, class of 1973. Margaret Anthony, Terry Anderson, Barbara Ballman, Natalie Bartle-Swain, Bob Beals, Don Bivens, Deborah Brookbank-Cordy, Cheryl Berg Dellinger, Linda Burton Merrifield, Jeff Cahill.
Sonny Carroll, Lindsay Cox, Jad Daggy, David or Debbie Davidson Bain, Kathy Duncan, James Freeman, Daryl Grimes, Brenda Hatch Durbin, Ellen Jackson Frost, Jennifer Johns,
Carolyn Jones Thomas, Kim Linkus, Kim McLean, Sue McConnell Whited, Mark McDougall, Lynn Meek, Sandy Mervyn Duke, David Miller, Jeffrey Morgan, and Darnell Perkins.
James Phillips, Steve Quinlivan, Bill Rector, Rebecca Rowe Stallard, David Sheets, Rick Shepard, Norrin Stanglin, Kathy Stevens, Dolores Tig Tapp, Daryl Tig.
Kenneth Scarborough, Tim Sperling, Ann Sperling, Mary Ellen Garrett Rudy, and Paul Rudy, Elmer Howerton Sr., John Pola, Jerry Flogger, and Rosemary Angie.
Denise Tevis, Tim Thomas, Dorisa Thompson Denny, Barbara Tolliver Richardson, Sherry Tyler, Terry Von Pine Rugg, Steve Wardlow, Marvin Wheeler, Ken Willis.
In addition, we would like to remember the following friends or relatives of the class of 73. Deborah Roach Guthrie, Jean Isaacs, Finley and Inez Hensley, Lois Hensley Simpson, Mary and Bill Wiggins, Mr. and Mrs. Robert Armbruster, Mr. and Mrs. Charles Maurer, Leo Weiss, William Geyer, Gary Barnes, Donald Updegrove, Jean Updegrove, Joe Balistreri, and we're also honoring the Glen Hills girls, the Boston Junior High gang, and Mr. Ralph Burkhart.
Julius Angie, Penny Westbrook, Robert Erbs, Richard F. Smith, Jacqueline Rosenberg, Seymour Rosenberg, Dave Harkleroad, Kenny and Scott Jordan.
And three more. Brenda Ambergy, John Lloyd, and Bob Fawcett.
In the long and winding road What's going on? How's it going? We all good? 1973, we rock. All right, I was asked to do a short closing, and me talking short is hard, but I'm going to do my best. Okay? Honestly, I'm glad to be back in town. I'm only here for 5 days, but I wasn't going to miss this one. I told my boss I was going to take 5 days off. Told my girls, my soccer girls, to go home and relax, because when I get back on Wednesday, they get to run 3 miles. See how nice a person I am? 3 miles. Okay? Bear with me. If I start crying, don't be embarrassed to cry. Okay? I'm gonna do it with my sunglasses on. No, better not. Switch. Hey, we all wear these things. Okay? Don't laugh at me. Help me out. And this is where we went, I thought. Down here, down there. Up on the grass some 40 years ago. Remember that? I have returned and walked the streets and saw the house where I grew up at. In those days. The days being short now, simply had to come to the gaze and look to stare at you. First of all, I would like to say thanks to the planning committee for all you've done. We remember with sorrow those whose death was taken from our midst during the past 40 years. And the rising of the sun, and it goes down. We remember them. And the blowing of the wind, which we had some wind today, that was probably them telling us, nice job. In the chills of winter, we remember them. In the opening buds, and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the beginning of the year, when it ends, we remember them. So long as we're alive, too they shall live. For they are now a part of us as we remember them. Walk with the dreamers, the believers, the courageous, the cheerful, the planners, the doers, the set people with their heads in the clouds and their feet on the ground, that their spirits ignite fire within you to leave this world better than you found it. Amen?
Amen.
This is what Dr. Seuss said. I like it. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Thank you.